listen, when you got a like 50 telling you, my first Jacob watch, I got a Jacob on now too.
Yeah.
This,
5 times on.
Listen,
I used to have one of them.
Listen, so Jacob watch, he gave me my first Jacob watch, and 50 said, yo, don't forget, niggas blow your head off for this shit. See, 50 he was ahead of his time. That's what people didn't understand.
Right.
He was ahead of his time, meaning because I'm only he only 2 years older than me.
Right.
Right? But he was ahead of his time. Even when he was outside at 12, that had him more advanced than a lot of niggas. He was ahead of his time. He always was a marketing genius. He always was smart. When he gave me the watch, he said, oh, don't forget, a nigga blow your head off for that. That shit stuck in my head like, oh shit, yeah.
Well, you should have learned your lesson with that damn starter jacket.
Yeah, I did. That was it. That's true. The starter jacket back in the days. Like,
so you know what they'll do for a Jacob.
No, but for the Jacob, he had to remind me because a lot of rappers, you know, their jewelry, you know, they feel like they'll die for their chain. Look at Rest in Peace, PNB Rock. Look, you know, they got him. You at the Waffle House in South Central.
Yeah.
Look at Pop Smoke. You know, you in Beverly Hills, but Hoover Street down the block.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing, but for me, I don't care about jewelry.
Hell nah.
I don't give a
It's insured.
Yeah, give me a nice car, I'll jump out of that with nothing on. I don't care about it because I feel like at a certain point when you're an artist, your face is a jewel.
Yeah.
So niggas like Nipsey Hussle, face was a jewel. Pop Smoke, face was a jewel. PNB Rock, your face is a jewel. You don't even gotta wear jewelry. Niggas know who you are. And if you don't wear it, niggas ain't gonna do shit to you.
Right.
They don't care, but now robbers know, oh, yo, that's a Richard Millie. Oh, shit, that's an AP. Yeah, that's worth $150,000. Oh, shit, yo, that's an auto. Yo, he got, and you got to think, you got niggas in the hood that where they live is cheaper than with that watch you got on.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like this everywhere, Philly, Chicago, New York, because I just, for me, I'm to the point in life where I just don't hang out in certain places.
Right.
I'd rather hang out with my lawyer or something, or
right.
Go to dinner or go somewhere I don't need to bring a pistol. But 50 was telling us that years ago, like, yo, you don't need to go here. Yo, you don't need to go there. And we used to have hip hop police on us. They used to jump us out the car, government name, grab us by our waist. Hip hop police was on us because we was the most dangerous rap group in the world. Don't let the industry fool you because they always knock G-Unit because of what we done. We got down with Eminem, my favorite white boy. Yeah. They be mad at him. We got down with Dr. Dre, a West Coast nigga. We left New York.
Yeah.
That was the best deal ever. You know, and we took over the industry. We sold video games, we sold clothes, we sold sneakers, and we definitely sold records.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of people try to take shit away because we was the most hated. We was the niggas that was like, y'all events, your parties, your white parties, this. 50 always been like that, so it made us like that. We always had to move militant. Bulletproof trucks, vests. Come on, there was a time where, man, it was guns everywhere, man. 50 had, you know, the deal with Jam Master Jay. But 50 was to get money, had the Benz and all that. So that's how he got to deal with Jay, because he was like 17 with a Benz.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So Jay looking at him like, who this nigga? He boxed, run around the hood. 50 was a crazy nigga. Like everybody smoke and drink, he running around the projects. I'm like, what kind of shit this nigga? So with that said, 50 was a different nigga. Like he'd knock niggas out in the hood. So yeah, he had a name. You know what I'm saying? Because he boxed. You know what I'm saying? But he had to deal with Jay. So from Jay, from there, he went to Columbia. So I used to be with him all the time. Like, yo, this nigga, Fifth is ill. Like Fifth was in the basement. I ain't even, you know, he was a hustler. I ain't know him for rapping, but he started rapping. Shit was crazy. His first album he did, Power with a Dollar, still one of my favorite albums.
Wow. Why does it seem like it's a natural progression from somebody that comes off the street and they go straight to the rap game?
Remember when Biggie said, you either sling a crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot?
Those are your two choices, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was like music was an outlet. Like music is a way for somebody, you know, it was I get away from the hood. You running away from gun police, you running away from narcotics, you running away from, you know, bullshit going in the hood. You know, it's just like, it was our escape. And we started doing the mixtapes and people accepted. That's why I shout to all the G-Unit fans. They rock with us because what we did was solid. We had the streets. You know, back in the days, people wanted to beat up bootleggers. The bootleggers was our friends.
Right.
That's what I was saying with 50 with marketing. People used to come up to, yo, Fifth, I'm gonna beat up this bootlegger. He got your shit. And Fifth be like, why you doing that? They're the marketing team. Looking at him like, he turned down deals for millions. I used to be in these meetings like, why are you doing that? Nah, Fifth, that's not the deal. Fifth, we riding around in a 19, I don't know what year this van was. We had a Buick with no AC. We got vests and guns on. Why you just turned down 1.5 million? Nah, that's not the deal. Was always smart, always ahead of his time. That's why people be mad. Yo, you always mention 50. 50 is the reason a lot of shit happened. But you know how shit is now. You can't even post a picture or say nothing good about a nigga. Oh, 50,
you glazing.
You watching 50 cars, you glazing. Yo, you know he was gonna say 50, yo, thanks 50, yo, that. But you know, he was the reason a lot of niggas' lives changed. And I'll never take away nothing from him or talk bad about him. Because like I said, it's never him.
Did you, so how old were you when you first met 50?
Oh, I know 50 had to be like 12 years old. He was like the youngest on the block. So when I used to go to the store, when he was 12, I was 10. Okay. I'm thinking about Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee,
right?
Shit like that. You know, Transformers, He-Man, you know, little shit.
Right.
So you go to the store with my pops, you see the littlest on the block, 12 years old, and they have the rhinestone jacket that say Boo Boo with the hot riser rings. It's a little kid. So he stood out. She was, like I said, he was 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Got a little on the block this size with nothing but old.
Grown
with a rhinestone jacket. A rhinestone jacket back in the days was the shit.
Yeah.
And the high riser ring, you looking like, hold on, the fuck?
So is that from that basement when you go to your partner's house and his pop was cool with you guys smoking? Is that where G Unit was formed at?
I would say that in a way, but not in a way, because 50 had to deal with Jam Master Jay.
Okay.
And then after he got shot, he came back and, you know, me and him got together, and then I brung Banks to him. I brung Banks to him because Banks was a little younger. Banks was younger than both of us. And then he just came with the blueprint, like, yo, we gonna do this, and y'all gotta go to the studio. So me, him, and Banks started going to the studio. And then we started doing the mixtapes, and the mixtapes was killing the streets.
Right.
Like we had New York City on lock. Stop taking away shit from G Unit, y'all. And Banks is one of the top 5 too lyricists, bro. Right. But we just had some shit, man. We was dropping, and people was loving it. Fifth was he's just a natural writer. Banks, he just write bars for breakfast. You know, me, I think people respect my energy. I have bars, but I think people love my energy on stage and as well as with the music. You know?
Do you remember what you were doing the morning, the mid-afternoon, late afternoon, when you got the call that 50 had got shot 9 times?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I went right to his block. Like, I forgot who called me, but I went right to his grandmother block because he only lived 2 blocks away. You know, and
you didn't hear anything? You didn't hear no commotion?
I
nothing?
had no shots. I guess I got up late or whatever, and I walked to the block, and the block was cut off.
Already fenced off.
Yeah, it was cut off. And it was yellow tape there and shit. Mad yellow tape. I'm like, oh shit. I feel like I need my chapstick, man. My chapstick, I can't find it. But it was mad yellow tape on the block. So you couldn't even go down the block.
You couldn't get to it.
Yeah, you couldn't even get to it. I got lighter, I don't even got chapstick. Yo, so I couldn't get to it. And I went to the hospital. What's the one on Jamaica Avenue? That's Mary Immaculate? Mary Immaculate. That's the hospital that saved him. And I went in there and, you know, it was mad, you know, people there, people we knew. And I was like, yo, what's going on? And he was like, 50 don't want to see nobody. And then later on down the line, I asked him, I was like, yo, why you never wanted me to see you? And he was like, at that point, I couldn't see me in weakness. It would have fucked your head up. Probably would have scared you. You know, because the niggas that he's dealing with, like Preem and them niggas ain't no, you know what I mean? They ain't no pushovers.
No, they real with it.
It's real niggas, so. He was like, yo, I wouldn't want you to see me like that. But 50 didn't give a fuck, like.
I mean, you do realize for somebody to get hit 9 times and survive, you got to call her.
Definitely. I believe it's his grandma, rest in peace. She was outside when he got hit. And then you got to think about this. She was a church lady. You know, she was a church lady. You know, all I know, when I was over there, I used to be scared of 50 grandma. She was real stern. She might not say much, but she was an ongoing church lady. I think she 50 quiet side, and I think 50 loud side, where he get crazy, is his grandfather's side. Because I remember his grandfather, you know, one day I'm laying on the couch on the run. And he was like, yo, you're going to have to face that Iron Curtain someday.
Damn.
And I was like, I thought about being on the run. I'm like, damn, he fucked my day up with that one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Grandpa. He fucked my day up with that one, man.
Did you think 50 would make it through this situation?
I mean,
Did they give you did the doctors tell anybody, because you couldn't see him, but did the doctors come out there when he was talking to his grandmother, you happened to be around his grandfather, and it says the prognosis doesn't look good?
I mean, I didn't even know. I just remember saying he didn't want to see nobody. He was at the hospital for a while and everybody just left.
How old was 50 at this time?
Had to be in his 20s, man. 24, 25.
Damn.
And then he came back. When he came back, he used to be strapped every day. You know, big vest on. He was driving that van. And he didn't care. If he seen his enemies, it would have been over at that point.
Well, I'm glad y'all didn't see nobody.
Yeah, me too, because we made it this far.
Rikers, what was Riker? How long were you at Rikers?
I was in Rikers for like a couple of months. That's the worst place to be in.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the worst, man.
That's over there by LaGuardia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the worst, man.
Y'all see the planes take. Did you daydream? I mean, could you see?
That's the real, to me, that's the real gladiator school. Like, one thing about New York grimy is different than everywhere else. Like, niggas used to spit razors out their mouth. Like, people used to be professional girls who cut you. Like, New York is just, it's grimy. So like Rikers Island, like a motherfucker will spit a razor out on you, cut you, and you wouldn't even see it coming. That's how it is for breakfast. It's not a game. That's one of the most scariest experiences you could have in life.
Damn.
Is going to Rikers Island. You're going over the bridge, you see the home of the boulders, you bumping on it, it's your first time in. You know, it's the most insane thing I had to deal with in life. I never wanted to go to jail again. You gotta smell other people's shit, take showers and shit, watch your back. This just broke up with his girl. You got gang over here extorting this nigga. You got bucket stolen, motherfucking cut for cigarettes. Like, what the whole nother world. Jail and prison is a whole nother world. I did skid bids. Like, I learned my lesson off of little bids. Like, all right, that I could never do this.
So what's the difference between jail and prison?
Oh, jail is Rikers Island, MDC.
Right.
Prison is, you know, up top, the mountains. You know, where you got to figure out what car you're gonna be in. That's prison. Prison, a whole nother world. That's when you go up north, Green, all that.
Yeah.
Attica. That's prison. Jail is Rikers Island.
Right.
MDC, MCC. That's federal, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, it was to a point when this G Unit, and this is one thing why I say I love 50 again, is we had a lawyer for every situation. We had Steve Murphy, bodies. We had Scott Lehman, federal. We had Bob Macedonia, state. The list goes on and on. Edwin Hammond, I haven't heard from him. He was a parole lawyer. There's a different lawyer for every situation. So a lot of these kids, they get in trouble and they don't even have the lawyer money. The lawyer money is the main thing you need to make sure you're good. Because with a legal aid, you're going straight to prison.
Oh yeah, you go, yeah.
Even if you're innocent.
Oh yeah, he gonna what you call him? He gonna bid that. He gonna plead that. He gonna plead that, Yayo.
Yeah, there was a lawyer supply for every situation.
Yeah, you got
every situation. And I needed one for that. But jail, experience. Prison, I never really went to.
Right.
I did the shock program. Everybody be like, oh, he went to shock. He didn't go to real jail. That's right. I wanted to get home. G-Unit was blowing up. We outsold Jay-Z that year.
Right.
With Beg for Mercy.
Right.
I remember seeing it in the paper. One of the COs brought it to me. I was like, Beg for Mercy, that's you, right? I was on the cover.
How'd that look? You on the cover of a magazine and you in here?
Yeah.
They're like, bro, if you don't get your ass out of here.
That's why I always say Eminem wearing the free Yayo shit at the Grammys was like, that was a turning point in my life. Because he didn't have to do that. I was on Rikers Island. And I was like, yo, free Yayo, Eminem, you know. At this point, he's selling 16 million records, hard copies. Not streams, not a machine. This is facts. Like, you going to FYE, Blockbuster,
Tower.
Yeah, Target. Good times.
Yeah.
16 million.
So when M got that shirt on, Free Yale, are you watching it?
I watched it.
And they look at you like,
yeah. Shout out to Tracy McNew and Paul Rosenberg. They called me from Shady, Mark LaBelle, and they was like, yo, make sure you get to watch the Grammys that night. And you know, I'm in my house, C73. I didn't go on no Debo shit, because you know, jail's about politics. Because you can get stabbed over the TV and the newspaper. That's what they tell you. 3 warnings: TV, newspaper, and the phone. That's where a lot of shit
Is it
happens.
first come, first serve? Or is there seniority?
You got the Spanish dudes, they may want to watch Caliente, and then you have the black dudes, they may want to watch BET or something. Right. But I told them that night, I just need a couple of seconds to watch the Grammys. And then they let me rock, and I watched the TV. It wasn't like I came, give me the fucking TV.
Right.
I was locked up with one of Diddy's security guards, Big Bonds. Word. That was Diddy, man. That was my man. That's my man till this day. Named Bonds. It's my dude.
Well, you about to get in trouble again because they say 50 gave you a meal, gave you a ticket when you got out.
Yeah. I lived in Battery Park. I used to come out my apartment, see the Statue of Liberty,
Damn.
A lot of look, when you look at a lot of rappers, where they die at, in their hood. Nipsey was doing a good thing for the community, right? But he died in his hood. Stack Bundles, good rapper, one of the best rappers ever. Where he died in his hood. Freaky Ty, grew up with him, watch him, dope rapper. Where he died in his hood.
What's up with that?
Cause the hood, the streets never really got no love, man. You could feel like, I think I always felt like when I looked at Freaky Ty, I used to buy niggas sneakers and look out for niggas.
You should be applauded. And you're like, he made it. Man, one of our guys that grew up in this block, that grew up over here, grew up like us, he made it out. They should applaud that. They shouldn't be envious of that.
Nah, man, you're always gonna be a target in the limelight. That's how I always look at it. You're always gonna be a target. That's how I look at it, especially in your hood, because we all rappers die in their hood. They don't die in the suburbs, nowhere else. They die in their hood.
But then why do people get mad? Talking about, well, he don't come back. He don't come back to the hood. He don't do nothing in his hood.
I mean, you could do for the hood. You don't have to be there, You can feed everybody with a long spoon. You don't got to be there all the time. You might not have time to be there. It's cool. 50 got charities and do shit for people. You might not be there all the time. Niggas giving out turkeys in the hood and giving clothes and coats and doing shit and G-Unit Foundation. You ain't got to do that. Like I work with a foundation with through the Knicks, right? And they give back to families that, when they lose somebody,
right, or
financial distress, or and it's called the Garden of Dreams too. Right. Shout out to them. It's Joe is the owner of the Knicks.
Okay.
Dolan. Yeah, Dolan. And they give back to families that lose parents, they can't bury them. Somebody dies in the family, sickness, school, mentorship. I went there, I talked to some of the kids, Boogie works with them, I work with them. I talk with Central C, rapper with them. Like that's what it's about, is giving back. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the money, the jury, you can have as much money as Floyd Mayweather. You can show everything, 2,000 cars. Might not like you for that. It's all about giving back, bro. At the end of the day, because that's what people are gonna remember you for, and being humble. That's one thing. Look how far I've been going humble. In the past 2 years, I got myself hot. Started praying, started, leaving a lot of shit alone, streets, and started really focusing on myself. And I realized, like my podcast deal, working on that now.
Right.
Fat Joe, volume up. Nori wanted to give me a deal. And I'm on, after this, prices go up. I hope y'all know. Prices go up after this. So and just praying.
Right.
And that my life been way better, bro. Way better.
Yeah, what have you learned about money?
Oh man, the money thing about money is save it. Cause save it for a rainy day. Because as when you first get on and you make all these purchases and you buy this. One thing about Fifth, he always was tight with his money. Eminem, tight with his money. So you learn to kind of save instead of spending. And my first purchase and my biggest purchase was a house.
Right.
I bought a nice house in Long Island, and then I bought another house. So 50 encouraged us, you get money, go get a house. That's like Uncle Murder, he's down with us now. He was signed to Jay-Z. He got his first house being down with us.
Right.
That's my man.
Wow.
Because Fifth gonna say, you gonna make a whole bunch of money with Fifth, you go on tour. Plus you gotta think, you go on tour, you make a quick $500,000.
Yeah.
Shout to Young Buck. Buck was my nigga, but he was the most impulsive spender in G. He'll make a $500,000, and at that time we so young, we not thinking about the $250,000 you gotta give taxes.
Taxes, yeah.
Right? So he'll make the $500,000, right? I'm gonna buy this car. I'm gonna buy this car. I'm gonna buy a chain. You go to his house. You know, I got a nice bed, bunk bed. He got the TV coming out of the bed.
Yeah.
He got an all white room. His daughter got a Dora Explorer room. This nigga got the Bentley, the Chevelle, this, that. And you spending the money as you get it. You can go on tour, say you make $500,000 in 2 months. You're not thinking about the leisure time that you got to pay them taxes. You done spent that money.
Yeah.
Now you gotta go to like a Jay-Z or a 50 and be like, yo, man, I might need a loan on this, but this shit is business. You done spent that money on your own. So I never, ever blame him for my mistakes, and nobody should, because you gotta learn shit on your own. Motherfuckers ain't think about that.
That's a tough lesson to learn at the time, though. Because anytime, especially once you get to a certain tax bracket, whatever you make, you have that.
But them people around, let me tell you something. The people that's around a Beyonce, a 50, a Jay-Z, a Nas, they don't give a about the niggas that's around. They don't give a about Yayo, Banks, this nigga. They care about 50 Cent. That's it. So they're not gonna school you the game. We don't go to school and we don't learn about real estate and taxes and shit like that.
Because that's their 50 is their responsibility. Hove is their responsibility. Beyonce is their responsibility.
They don't give a fuck about the nigga.
The auxiliary pieces, they don't care about that.
They just know you got this money, and some people gonna figure out a way to monopolize. Like I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not mad at them, but Shy Money and 50's baby moms turned into real estate agents when they knew we had house money. So I bought my house with Shy Money, or for Shy Money lady, and it's cool. We kept the money in the family, but they knew to turn into real estate. These niggas got some money. I could make some money off them.
Right.
But school me the game, because I might not probably bought a house for $1 million at that time. I could have bought a house for probably $500,000.
Right.
Am I wrong or right here?
You're right.
My first purchase might have not had to been $1 million house, but that's more money for them at the same time too. But as you get older, you realize that. And I don't take nothing from Shy Money. He's a good dude, but he made profit, him and his lady, off of selling me that house. It was a smart move on their part. Right. But people never care about the niggas that's around. Me, I listen, nobody ever cared about Yayo. Only person that cared about Yayo is 50.
Right.
They only gonna do shit if 50 say do it. The lawyer's only gonna move if 50 say do it.
Do it.
The hotel's gonna be nice only if 50 say do it. They'll have put me in a crackhead hotel. You know what I'm saying? But 50's like, nah, he gonna be in this hotel. And that's why I got the respect for him. It's not glazing. It's not dick riding.
No, you give credit where it's due.
You give credit where it's due. That's it. That's it. It's not my show, it's his show. And one thing I never forget, I do clubs. You know, House of Blues, shit like that. I don't do arenas. I ain't Chris Brown, I ain't 50, I ain't Jay-Z. And I'm cool with that. When I'm on stage and I'm in front of 30, 40,000, these people ain't screaming for Yayo. They screaming for 50 Cent. I do my job because it's a business. I'm cool with everybody in production, stay out the way. I don't bother nobody and I keep it moving. That's it. I get my money and that's it.
Gone.
Yeah.
50 had a great shoe with Reebok. At the time, I think Jay was the creative director of Reeboks. How did that go? I mean, everybody making money. How did it fall apart, Yale?
I honestly don't know. I know I was making over $100,000 a year just wearing the shoe, and we wasn't wearing it. And I know 50 got mad at us one day because you got Dion, I got Dion, Louis on, whatever. And 50 looked at everybody's shoes and was like, nigga, none of y'all got the shoes on. Because he knew what marketing was.
Yes.
He wore the G-Unit. G-Unit clothing was selling, he wore it. You know, we wasn't wearing it. We was wearing Louis Vuitton, shit like that.
They wasn't paying you no money though.
No, we got paid.
Not for Louis Vuitton.
No, I'm not from Louis Vuitton.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what he understood, the marketing aspect of it. It's like, how can you expect us to sell something that you're not wearing?
I mean, we do it to this day. I got on Louis Vuitton right now. You got on Dior, but I got a black brand right here, Top Flexer, and another black brand.
I mean, if I had a shoe, I'd be having on my shoe.
No, that's cool. You should have had your shoes. I wear them too.
Now we're gonna see you about it. We're gonna see you with a bottle of shit.
Yeah, send me a bottle. Like I don't mind supporting. Like sometimes I feel like we'll support other brands and we'll support other people's brands. Like the guy that I'm wearing this Top Flexer, I'm not getting paid for this.
Right.
G-Unit, they not cutting me a check for this. I just like the hoodie. But I like wearing, people that are hungry brands too. I don't mind. I like Kith. I love Amiri. I love Louis. I love that too. But I wanna, buy other stuff too.
Yeah.
And look, we'll spend big time money like a Louis V shirt.
Yeah.
You want to buy a t-shirt, that's $650 for a short sleeve
That chrome heart.
t-shirt. And a dude in the hood might have a shirt as well as that and might be selling that for $150 and we don't want to support.
Right.
Come on, man. We got to support. Come on.
I agree. I agree.
Even on tour, I like to wear like other people's brands. Max Siegelman, this guy's the next guy. He has deals with New York Knicks, Rangers, all these people. I still, you know, I wear his, but I wear my man Top Fletcher from the hood that don't got nowhere near them dudes.
Right. When 50 jumped on the stage with Jay-Z, Diddy, T.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was fun. At the Garden.
So what's going through your mind? You like 50 done lost his damn
This
mind.
nigga crazy. Yeah. I think you gotta be a little crazy to be successful.
Right.
And that's what 50 is. 50's really crazy. He'll say I'm crazy, but he's crazy.
Right.
Like right now, we did a tour. We did dates. He flew to Australia to do Street Fighter. I'm like, this nigga gonna go fly 23 hours to Australia. He don't even want to take a break. You know, like he's crazy. Something's really wrong with him. Like,
right.
I be looking like he'll go to the gym 3 times a day. You know, he's doing push-ups. I'm doing push-ups. I'm rolling up. I got canvas there. I'm walking through Paris. You know, I got my cognac. You know, you know, we totally 2 different lifestyles.
Right.
But he's going to the gym 3 times a day, getting ready for the Street Fighter film or getting ready for what he do. And, you know, I respect it. But everybody ain't 50 Cent, man.
Right. Dave Blunt dissed 50. You think 50 gonna respond?
Nah, man. Sometimes as a matter of fact, he said he pushed him down some steps or something, right? I think he said that, right? He said he pushed him down some steps.
Right.
But sometimes I'll be like, 50, you on a whole nother level where you don't have to respond.
You don't have to respond to
to
everything.
certain people or
Right.
say certain things like Meech or Little Meech
Right.
or Ross or Dave Blunts, because these guys are not doing what you're doing. They're not going on tour. They can't even, some of these guys can't even, let's keep it real, can't make it to these markets. The big dogs fuck with Live Nation, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 50, Nas, Jay-Z, probably Bon Jovi.
Right.
Live Nation, like these dudes ain't getting Chris Brown. Live Nation, these dudes ain't getting 200 million out deals, 400 million out deals. It's levels, bro. 50's on a whole nother level. And I'm not glazing, as they say. That's what they say, glazing.
That's the glaze. That's the term.
I ain't glazing. It's just the truth. It's levels. You know, Drake. I'm not on Drake level. I'm not on Kendrick level. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know, some of these dudes getting 5 million. The Weeknd. These guys might get $1 million for a walkthrough. It's levels to this shit. Nicki. You know, it's levels and it's cool. You just realize there's levels to the shit. You ain't mad at nobody.
Yeah. And just because
there's a lot of people, 50, I feel like he don't have to say nothing, but 50's crazy. He's been like this his whole life. When he's on the block, oh shit, 50's coming.
just because you're not on someone level doesn't mean I'm not pretty damn high up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes a lot of times the mistake that we can make, Yayo, is that we measure our success by somebody else's.
Exactly. It's just I hate when motherfuckers bump me out the way. 50-50. I just don't like that.
Hey.
I hate that. You know, like I just hate that. Just don't bump me out the way all the time. You want to 50? Cool. He's on the whole number level.
What
like I said.
The way then? Shit, you know they come up from 50?
Listen, all I'm saying to you is this. I want to be the to leave my room.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you can have the sweet Beyonce, Jay-Z, 50. Y'all can have the sweets.
Yeah.
I want to leave my room. I want to go to the hood and get a beef patty with cocoa bread sometime. I want to go get some macaroni, yams, chicken. I want to do that. And I'm good doing that.
Right.
You know?
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before 2 something.